Okay, so, first, before I say anything, I just want to say a little bit about myself. I don't want to go too deep in it, but just to make more sense of the type of person I am. I never took Symdeco. I tried Orkambi, and I didn't like the side effects I experienced almost immediately, so I stopped taking that. I don't, how can I say it politely without trying? First of all, this is me. This is not you. I'm not saying this is what you should do. To each their own. You know it works for you. I personally don't take the medicine, not Trikafta, but breathing treatments and stuff like that. I'm one of the more fortunate people, but statistically, I guess my stats in the last year, my health got pretty low. Probably the worst I've been in years. I was in the hospital 3 times in less than a year for various things. I culture Pseudomonas. That's an infection in your lungs. And yeah, but for the most part, I live a pretty normal life, breathe a little hard, but I cough every single day of my life. And I cough up a lot of mucus constantly. Sometimes I would get mucus caught in my throat, and bleh, I'd end up throwing up when I'm coughing because it would gag me. Whatever. So that's a little bit about myself. So let me just say this. The point that I was making with that is that I don't really buy into the whole cure ideas and stuff like that. That's just my personal thing. But I did see a lot of information about Trikafta, and I was pretty intrigued. And like I said, my health was going downhill for quite a while. So I said, you know what, I'm going to try it. So I had some issues back in September where I was in the hospital for 17 days. I originally went because I thought I had a hernia. It ended up being bowel obstruction, and it just turned into a whole bunch of stuff. They ended up giving me a clean out because I was kind of sick. And I was there a lot longer than I thought I was going to be. Very unfortunate. For the little over the past year, some of my liver enzymes were high. I had edema the last time I was in the hospital, which is like when your body retains a lot of water. If you go watch episode 20 of my show on my YouTube channel, I actually did that live from the hospital before it got real bad. I ended up in ICU for details I don't want to disclose. But basically, I had to have a procedure done, not any surgery or nothing, but they had to give me blood because my iron was low. Found out that I'm anemic. Found out that I have a mild case of cirrhosis. Yeah, so I was in the position of, man, life is starting to get dark quick. So I was already intrigued by what I was hearing about Trikafta because a good friend of mine also has cystic fibrosis. We don't ever hang out or nothing like that. We just talk on the phone, internet and stuff like that, because obviously, you know, cystic fibrosis is not smart for us to be around each other. But anyways, she told me how much better she did with Symdeco, but you know, sometimes some of the things she said and some of the things I read, I'm like, nah, I don't even want to try it. But with what I was seeing with Trikafta and what I was hearing from her, she was sharing with me, I'm like, let's try it. So before that could happen, because of what was going on with my liver and my kidneys, with me being in the hospital last time, some tests had to be done. So I had to drive 3 hours to go see a doctor out in Cleveland. about my liver. He said I'm good to go. Liver enzymes were a little high, but nothing to worry about. Seen a kidney doctor. The kidney doctor told me I was fine. Seen a doctor for my anemia. So pretty much he said it was a go. Everybody gave me the green light. And after a really frustrating process, I finally got to get the Trikafta. So, they tell me I get approved after, seeing so many people not getting approved. Very thankful for that. Because this is what happened when I started taking Trikafta. So, first of all, I was very nervous. I've never tried something that's so high-powered before. I mean, like I said, I tried Orkambi, but I was sneezing and coughing up blood the same day I took it, and that really freaked me out, and it was just too much. And then I started the second day of that, and I just it scared the hell out of me, so I didn't want to do it anymore, and that's just the truth. So I stopped taking that after 2 days. So I start the Trikafta, finally get approved. Very nervous, as I said. So I take you have to take 2 doses a day. The morning dose is 2 pills, and then you take another pill 8 to 12 hours later. It's supposed to be 12, but you can take it as soon as 8. You want to try to keep that 12 hours clean. They say you can go a little bit longer or a little bit shorter. I don't know how true that is. So I've done it, but I haven't got too far off, like an hour and a half. Anyways, so you gotta eat fat with it. At first I was drinking milk. Well, let's just start with day 1. So the first day I drank milk, and I think I can't remember what else. I ate something that was like, peanut butter and jelly. So yeah, that's what I did. Took it. Didn't notice anything initially, like right away, but after, I want to say maybe an hour or so, I started feeling a little weird. Not good, not bad, just I can tell something's going on. Like I feel a little funny. So about 2 more hours, 3 hours went by. I was fine. I was like, all right, well, I got some stuff I got to do. I waited long enough. I figured something would happen. So I ended up going to Walmart to go get some stuff for the house. I get there. As soon as I get there, I'm like, and mucus just starts coming out like crazy. Like in a mass amount, very easy. Usually I have to cough a lot for stuff to come up. Maybe not too long, but either pretty hard or for a couple seconds, and something will finally come up. This was like, and it like flies out, and I'm like, that's weird. And it just kept happening and kept happening. And I'm in the store and I keep coughing. I'm like, damn, I can't stop coughing stuff up. So I hurried myself up out of there, get to my car, and as soon as I sit down, I'm like, and mucus just is like unrealistically pouring out of my body. Very easy too, but it was a lot. I mean, I don't want to gross you out too much, but it was a lot. It was a huge puddle outside of my car. I kept spitting into the parking lot. So I wasn't about to drive when I can't stop coughing like that. Because it was like a coughing attack, but it wasn't too harsh. It was just like, and it just kept happening. So finally I leave, I go home, and it's like still going on. And I'm talking about, this is probably an hour and a half, 2 hours of mucus just draining out of my body. My nose starts getting all runny, blowing my nose is clearing up. And I think I came home and I took a nap for a while because I was just kind of exhausted from that whole mean, my adrenaline was going when I was taking it. I didn't know what to expect. Took the night dose. Didn't really notice anything abnormal at first, but I would say that I felt a little more cleared up. Now the second day, I started to have a little pain, like kind of like when you're bloated. But it was like in my side, so I was like, is that my liver? What is that? And it was like a minor ache, but it was like irritating. It made me uncomfortable. So that happened the second day, and then as a couple of days went on, started getting worse. Probably within about my 7th day of taking it, I mean, it was actual pain. It was like, it was hurting me. Like a sharp, just like a, I don't even know what to compare it to. Almost like feels like a pulled muscle would feel like, but I don't know. It just didn't feel good. And I was very tired for a couple days after taking it. Within the first week or two, move on to the second week. Slowly the pain started to subside. Like it got less and less every day. And I was just kind of dealing with it. I did contact my doctor to let her know. She told me that sometimes what happens is you can pull a muscle or something like that. I'm just like, okay, whatever. Because I'm breathing a whole lot better. That's the one thing that I want to make clear. I have not breathed. Right now I got a little bit of a stuffy nose. I kind of was sick the past couple days. I meant to do this a couple days ago. So if I sound funny, that's why. It's not how I've been feeling. But it was amazing. Like, I'm waking up and I'm not coughing at all when I wake up. That never happens. I coughed probably every single day I woke up. I have a nice little coughing fit for about the first at least 5 to 15, 20 minutes that I'm awake. I'm coughing. I usually would need a treatment. I do Duo-Neb, Palmazyme, and 3% saline. Obviously, Duo-Neb 3%, and then Palmazyme. And then I do Tobramycin every other month, but I don't take that too well. It makes my throat really raw. I've tried other things, so I take that a little less than suggested because I don't like my throat feeling terrible. But what I will say is slowly I started to feel like I don't need the breathing treatments, and I'm like, I had to literally remind myself to take them because that's how much of a difference it is. Then I noticed my weight was picking up. So like I said, the main concerns, I was getting like a real bad bloated feeling and then like a sharp pain on my side. But I say after about 2 weeks or so that stopped, or became very minimal when it did happen to the point where I could just deal with it. Small risk, high reward kind of thing. So getting to about 3 weeks or a month of it, my weight's up. I can see it in my face. I can see it in my body. My weight, I was at a low for myself. I was like at 163. The summer prior to just this past summer, I weighed 210. Now I was extra chubby in that point in time in my life, but I'm usually around 195 pounds. 185, 195, whatever. Somewhere around there. And my weight always kind of fluctuates. You know what that's like if you got cystic fibrosis. Your weight kind of fluctuates here, a few pounds here and there. Well, I gained about 13 pounds in 30 days. Which I've been trying to gain weight for the last couple months. Just kind of even eating unhealthy foods trying to gain weight because I tried the healthy way, that wasn't working. And I was just like, man, I weigh less than I weighed, when I was in high school. So it was getting disappointing for me. Just the way I looked, man, people kept thinking I'm sick. I'm not sick. I mean, I haven't been doing the greatest, but And my weight came back up in 30 days. Today's actually the 40th day of taking it officially, and I figured I should do a video to let people know how my first 40 days went. I will say that about a week and a half ago to 2 weeks ago, sometimes when I take the night pill, I can't go to sleep. There was a couple nights where I pulled over 24 hours in a day, like 3 to 4 days in a row, which is not healthy, but I really didn't feel tired, which was very odd. Like, got to like the third or fourth day and I'm like, why am I still awake? But I really wasn't tired. So gave me some type of extra energy. I don't know why. Some type of insomnia, whatever you want to call that, however you want to weigh that. That's something that happened, and it still kind of happens every couple days or so. I feel like when I take the pill at night, it keeps me up for a while. It takes me a little while to wind down after I take it. And but yeah, as far as, and I mean, my face is a little broke out. I heard people saying that it could cause acne. My face is a little more broke out than normal. I don't know if you can really tell, but I'm a bald dude. Hairline's gone, you know, all that cool stuff. I'm 31. Anyways, but yeah, I have a lot of acne right now, and I usually don't have a lot. I know it doesn't look like crazy, but for me, it's a lot. So, like I said, some like indigestion, kind of constipated kind of feeling, pains in my sharp pains in my side for the first 2 weeks. Couple nights kept me up all night. Overall, I would suggest trying it. That's what I would say, because I'm now breathing better than I've been breathing in years. My PFT scores are already up. My weight is already up. And overall, I just feel better. My body used to ache because I constantly used to cough. My nerves would just be mildly irritated. I was never like in a lot of pain all the time, but some days my body would just ache like I ran a marathon or something. And I definitely wasn't doing that because I started getting real short of breath a lot. Kind of was slacking on my own exercising. I do suggest exercising if you have cystic fibrosis. Side note, I know some doctors don't really encourage that, like mine. They obviously don't knock it, but I think it should be pushed more. Even if it's just basic workouts, walk around the block, go walk your dog, go walk on the treadmill, hit a couple push-ups here and there, do what you can do, jumping jacks, whatever, get a jumping rope, whatever floats your boat, rollerblades, bike, whatever. Do something. It definitely helps your lungs get more exercise. And yeah, like I said, I'm 31 years old and I'm probably breathing better than I've been breathing in about 4 or 5 years, at least. Overall. Like, I'm not coughing much at all. I've been coughing the last couple days because, like, got a little bit of cold. I think I'm getting past it now, and I just wanted to do this video to get it all out while I still can remember it, because some days, like I said, it's insane, you know, to think how much I used to cough all the time. All the time. I mean, everywhere. Try it out. I think it's worth a try. Hopefully you guys get to try it out. Hopefully it works for you like it works for me. If you got any questions, feel free to send me a message, whatever. I'll get back to you. I'm a pretty cool dude. Got no problem answering some questions. But yeah, that's my first 40 days of taking Trikafta. Again, I'm 31. And it's already changing my life in 40 days. So it's a good feeling. Check it out if you get a chance. If they let you, if they say it's good for you, try it. Don't be afraid. I was afraid. Hopefully it does for you what it does for me. Because I know what it's like, man. It can be rough. But maybe it'll help you. I hope it does. Peace.